Hello, welcome back to StarCraft II with me at Nitty. So we are just before recovering the Spear of Adun, and we will get photon cannon and shield battery in this mission, so it's a probably defensive mission. And let's hear more things.
Hi, Rock. We are en route to the Spear of Adun. As long as its generators still function, I should be able to bring them online. Once the spear is fully activated, we must flee from this fallen world.
Okay, yep, well, let's go then. Defend your base with photon cannons. And use shield batteries to restore their shields. That sounds good. I wonder how strong these shield batteries are.
The Spear of Adun lies dormant beneath the heart of the Conclave. I had hoped to raise it, to secure our victory against the Zerg. But now, it is our last hope for survival.
Why do you flee from your salvation?
Celendis. She has fallen under Amon's control. Karax, we have to bring the Spear of Adun online.
Yeah, I thought we would see her.
Activating, but the remaining 4 have been disabled by creep.
What do we need to do?
We have no choice but to clear them. What of our defenses?
Unfortunately, they are without power. However, the Spear of Adun support systems can aid us. They will allow us to deploy pylons anywhere on the battlefield. We should deploy one here as soon as possible.
Oh wait, what? We get free pylons, or how do they mean that? Workers. Ah.
These photon cannons can defend our nexus point, Hierarch. They require only a pylon to function. You can warp in a pylon using the Spear of Adun. Press the pylon button at the top of your command screen. Our cannons will now fire upon enemies within range. If they become damaged, the shield battery will restore their shielding.
These defenses will indeed be vital to our evacuation, but our first priority must be to clear the power cells of creep.
Okay, that's quite neat. Yeah. Right, let's start with getting more drones. So, apparently that's the... Well, I'm assuming that's the gimmick of the campaign. We have the Spear of Adun that has abilities that we can cast every now and then. So one of them is to deploy a pylon anywhere we want and need one. So that's actually quite a neat ability. And yep, we are getting some gas now, which we badly need. We could also use a couple more drones on the crystals. While we're working on that, we build another assimilator on this location. The shields, I want to upgrade shields.
We can now transform our gateways into warp gates. This allows us to warp in warriors to any area with pylon power.
Indeed. What do we need to be able to build these batteries? Not sure actually, but let's get 2 more zealots for our army. We'll need them sooner or later. Although we are... They take 2 supplies. It's I think it's going to be much easier to be supply locked with the Protoss. But yeah, 75 energy and we can deploy another pylon. Yeah. Are we still on the fast mode? No, we are not. Why ever that resets? Why ever that resets? We do need a pylon somewhere here for some more defenses. So let's build one. Which also grants us supply. Okay, now let's just get the 3 more probes that we need for all of that. Queue up all the research. I don't want to transform to a warp gate just yet. Oops. Yeah, just bring it back. But I do want to build a couple buildings, so we could build pylons or a shield battery and cannons and the cybernetic core. So this thing is required for the...
Circling bioforms on approach to our nexus. We must rally our defenses.
Yeah, that's okay. We do have a couple defenses, I think. So we can do a nice thing here with the shield thing. That will be neat. Yeah, that thing is quite cool. I like it. How much range does it have? Just up here, okay.
Detecting unpowered warp gates nearby. Constructing a pylon next to them would restore their power, giving us an advantage.
Sounds good.
Adun's deploy pylon ability would be ideal for this. Of course, our probes can always warp in pylons as well.
Indeed. So let's assign a hotkey to our 2 gates. And let's spawn in a couple striders. Because, well, why not? Okay, how much is a battery? Or a shield? Yeah, shield battery. Just 100, that's kind of cheap, that's cool. So I'd like to strengthen this side in terms of defenses quite a bit, so we can essentially keep the army on this side. Yes, pylon. Let's build one just somewhere. So yeah, we should be... we need another pylon. Let's get one here and here then. And then a couple more cannons once the pylons are up. And then we should be able to just forget about this side, hopefully. And yeah, just have the army on the other side. So it's quite expensive what I'm doing here, but I hope it's worth it. So that can repair this, that can repair that and that, and well, perhaps one more could be done. Let's do it. Okay, and back to gathering. The problem is the energy is regenerating, well, kind of slow. So that's one problem, potentially. So we have all the striders. Let's get a couple more zealots. So we have a good mix. So far, so good. Yep. Yeah, that should hold. That should hold. Right. I mean, I can warp in pylons. Oh, I have to see the location, I see. But we can go down here.
Warp gate. Now, we only need to
There we go, pylon.
We can begin warping in warriors from it immediately, Hierarch.
What did I do? I did not want to deselect these. You guys are Group 4. Transform to Warp Gate and Warp Gate. Now we can just warp in units. We don't have a lot more stuff to
We are one with the shadows.
don't have too much more to build, do we? This here looks like could be a good defensive position as well. So we could set up a couple defenses here. And, well, that should also hold back quite a few enemy units. Then again, let's just spawn in a couple stalkers right there. Use the army to advance.
Struggle no more. Be released from your pain.
Okie dokie, and that here looks like another warp gate. Let's build a pylon here then.
I brought another warp gate online. Prepare it for immediate use.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's get a couple zealots in. Like that.
Another pack of Zerglings is approaching our nexus from the south.
Oh, from the south.
Voice of the eclipse.
So, should we just go up and help? Let's just try. If they announce it, then that's even easier.
We move unseen.
There's the pack of Zerglings.
I serve. You require my skills.
So let's get the 3 stalkers we had there over as well.
I serve. For now. Veraku.
And move in the troops. Ah, come on! Let the zealots pass by.
Intriguing.
Life is broken. Flawed. It must be reforged.
Okay, so he wants to reforge life.
The second power cell is active. The spear's sensor array is
Oh,
reacting.
oh, that's a strong base.
Deny your destiny, Artanis. Your people have finally found true unity.
For the reckoning.
Sensors online.
Okay, but that's a... what's that?
Warp prisms approaching our nexus point.
Warp thingies.
Stalkers, eliminate those warp prisms.
Hierarch, I am detecting a Protoss presence in that direction. That path does not lead to a power cell.
Yes, yes, does not lead to a power cell. We do know. We don't have stalkers, but we, well, can create a couple.
I am here in the shadows.
Let's just go and attack that thing. There we go.
I serve.
Kill that thing as well. And back to base.
As you say.
Let's keep them around, just in case. Right, so we have our... oh, that thing is also powered. We can spawn in stuff here. Ah, cool. But I want to build a pylon around here. That one builds quickly as well. Then get the... well... build some batteries here and here. Then build cannons. Oh. Attack, units, attack. That's why I want to build the defenses here. So, build more cannons. This one. Then, well, this one perhaps. There goes one. There goes one. Yeah, should be fine for now. Just go back and collect stuff. And we can... I should get more zealots. We lost a couple of those. So that's kind of cool, the warping mechanic. Coupled with the pylon that we can just deploy from the spear of Adun. That's kind of cool. Because usually you have to get what are they called? You have to get a drone over to actually, well, capitalize on the warp gate things. But if you can just put down a pylon anywhere where the army is, like just here, we have vision on that, let's just put it down, then go ahead and put down a couple. Oh. 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 They can queue up more things. Okay, I thought we couldn't do a queue because they had to warp in and then the cooldown starts. But we can queue up stuff, so I think I really like the warp gate things. That's way better than... Okay.
Every hand turns against you. Even the ground beneath your feet carries the seeds of my victory. We move on.
Yes, I will try to free...
Warriors, strike them down.
Oh, Nidus worms. Yes, we'll go and strike them down.
Our pylon is under attack.
Yep, that's bad. That's bad. Forgot that I don't have any defenses here in the south. That's fine. Army is advancing, so that should be fine in just a moment. Yeah, they can't do a lot against that base. The north is well protected. The south is more of a problem. But I mean, we can spawn in units here as well, right? Yes. And we can also get a pylon here if we really need it. So that's cool. Oh. I spent the pylon. Oh well. Let's get a drone over there then. They are kind of quick, but still. Would be better if I just didn't put down that random pylon over there. Okay, warp in the pylon, go back to work.
Cold is the void.
And we'll just press forward.
Well done, Hierarch. All of the abandoned warp gates are now under our control.
Okay, what do we need? So does that 15 mean we can spawn in 15 units? We do have a decent mix of units, but if I need any, I think right now it's... Indeed, we can spawn in 15. Wow, okay. That's quite good.
We are one with the shadows.
Right, we have to go upstairs, so let's do that. We have all the bonus objectives, so we can just work towards the objective. That should be fine. Can warp in another pylon. Let's just put it down here.
Enough. The end to the cycle of infinite madness has come. Cease your struggle against the salvation I bring.
Oh, there's a hybrid. Yeah, it's a bit sad that only one cannon can fire, but that's okay. We'll just advance.
Shall be one. All conflict shall end.
What's that? Oh. Hell let loose. Can I get a couple stalkers? Yes, I know. More pylons. That's okay, we just opened the last power thing.
Power transfer completed. The Spear of Adun is ready to depart.
Warp all firstborn freed from Amon aboard, Facesmith. We must flee this world if we are to survive.
As you command.
Sounds good. So can they sense other Protoss now that they don't have any neural links? Can they still teleport them aboard? Because that was how Kerrigan destroyed that Protoss ship, because they could sense the scientist girl that they had aboard, and she corrupted her because she knew they would teleport her aboard. But if they can't sense anyone because they don't have the neural link, can they still teleport them? Well, track them and teleport them aboard? I don't know. Warp in 5 units within 10 seconds. Yeah, that's good. And activate all power cells in less than 15 minutes. Yeah, would have been possible. But let's continue. Do we get some campaign stuff now? That's a pretty slick ship.
Engineering, and last of the 3 great arc ships, each created to ensure the continuation of our culture in a dark time. Within its chambers rest contingents of zealots, Templar who bravely sacrificed, entering suspension so that they may serve as this vessel's army. Though it pains me greatly, I have begun severing their nerve cords. The ship's lower decks contain a star forge capable of constructing weapons of war. There is much to learn about this vessel. Its technology is ancient, yet highly advanced. We are aboard a relic from a glorious time, when our culture shined as a constellation. The Celestial Array has been updated, Hierarch. From here, you may select our next point of travel.
Sounds good.
With this vessel, we will avenge what has transpired, Karax, and we will free the Templar.
Sounds good, but I have questions. So they just locked up a ton of people on the ship. So they, well, they can help in case of emergency, like emergency. How do you call that? Emergency setup thing, emergency switch with break glass in case of emergency. It just locked them up, and they were just fine with it. let's see, we have to choose something. We said we go to Core Hall because we need the what's it called?
Once more.
Keystone.
My great vision of reclamation left in ruins. This shall not stand. The Terrans of Korhal have in their possession the Zelnaga Keystone, which Zeratul foresaw would lead to our salvation. Though I have not seen Commander Raynor in many solar returns, I believe he will give the Keystone to us.
Okay, so in essence, I think it will be the same as with Kerrigan. We select the system, then we have a couple missions there.
Ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
Oh, they have a nice defensive structure. I like that. Honestly, let's go to Shakura's first then, because better defensive structures. Why not? The Dark Templars so far have also been my friends, because yeah, cloak. As long as they are cloaked, they're very good, and they can spawn into Archons if we combine them. So that's also a plus. Let's travel there. But I will not start the mission yet. As usual, I'll just do the campaign stuff and start the mission next time. Oh, it's under attack.
Shakuras is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuras has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
Okay.
Hierarch, before our armies engage the enemy, it would be wise to review our military capabilities within the War Council.
Yes, I do want to do all the campaign stuff. Right. The mission, I will not do that. So the conversation.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Ire when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he
Yes?
tried to free me. And he succeeded at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted.
Yes, but I don't know if they heeded Zeratul's words and they did not invade. I'm guessing they would still have been affected by Amon and the courts, so things might have turned out even worse if they were in the ships and people started rampaging. I don't know, but yeah, Karax.
Karax, even without the Kala's light, I can sense your sadness, your pain. Does the spear of Adun bring you no joy?
That is just it, Hierarch. Without the Kala, it is as if I am blind. I cannot sense your feelings, know the true depth of your thoughts. I cannot call upon the surety of other phase-smiths. I am alone.
I feel the isolation as well, as though thrashing within the vacuum of space. But you are not alone, brother.
To think, The Dark Templar have endured this existence all this time. The days ahead will not be easy.
We may not have the Khala to rely on, Karax, but we still stand as one. We will endure. There is no other option.
Yeah, so they can learn from the Dark Templar. They have to rescue them as quickly as possible. War Council.
A preserver? Released from stasis?
She still bears her nerve cords. She is tethered to the collar.
Hold. I am Rohana, Grand Preserver of the Valari, and your War Council advisor. You must be the executor in command.
You are not possessed by the Dark One. How is this possible?
I feel darkness lingering at the edges of my every thought, but I am not corrupted. Preservers of my station have trained to control the Kala's every ripple. I assure you, I will stave off this evil and serve you better by doing so. As all preservers, I hold the memories and personalities of Protoss prior to my submission to stasis. This will allow me to contrast your tactical decisions with those of past executors. From this chamber, you will be able to make all military allocations.
I am Artanis, Hierarch of the Daylon. I lead all that is left of our civilization. Your memories are indeed of use, Rohana. But make no mistake. If you fall to this corruption, I will not hesitate to destroy you.
It is understood. I am prepared for the Firstborn's darkest hour. Come, let me show you what may be done here.
Yes, let's prepare some precautions,
The assembly panel
just in
opens,
case.
Hierarch. We may begin whenever you are ready.
Let's talk with you first.
I have heard only tales of the Grand Preservers. I did not expect to encounter one aboard this vessel.
That is not surprising, Hierarch. My sisters and I are unique, trained from birth to master every intricacy of the Kala. I have experienced its true depth, plunged the infinite spectrum of emotion and memory. It is because of this gift we were selected to enter stasis, so that we may guide you in our most dire hour.
Your sisters were aboard the other Ark ships? Then they...
Are one with the Kala, fallen during the Zerg invasion of Aiur. I know this. I feel the tragedy that has befallen us, more deeply than you may realize.
A terrible burden has been laid upon you, Rohana.
Yet it is my fate to bear it. A fate foreseen by the same minds that constructed this vessel. I trust in their wisdom, Hierarch. I will serve my purpose, much as you must serve yours.
Okay, so in the first StarCraft they lost 2 of those vessels then, or is it just implied that they were somehow destroyed in the time between? I don't know, since I haven't played StarCraft 1. But yeah, assembly panel.
The assembly panel allows you to customize your army based on the Protoss technology we encounter. Select a warrior category to begin.
Sounds good. Melee.
Choose one of the 2 factions for use in upcoming battles. These assignments are not permanent and can be altered as our combat needs change.
Okay, so like the mutations.
Awaits you, Hierarch. Choose a faction and lead them to glory.
Okay, Zealot Whirlwind.
Blades of Ire.
So they get axes. Whirlwind on 10-second cooldown. And 10 damage to all nearby enemy units for 3 seconds. And Centurion. I think that's it's both the the Zealot, I think. And here we have the Shadow Charge. Intercept and attack enemy ground units. And briefly cloaks the Centurion. And allows it to move through other units. Can that one also move through other units? No. So that makes it more useful with the Stalkers, because they can just move through them. That's cool. And stun an enemy ground unit. And units near it. Yep, I think I'll take that one. I like that better because they can move through, so I can, if they're bunched up, more units can go forward and attack. Mostly because of that. And the ranged warrior, I guess that's the... what do you call it? Stalker, yes. So, Stalker, shield regeneration. So that's a Nerazim thing. Briefly regenerate shields after teleporting. Okay, okay. Deal bonus damage to armored units. Versus... we saw those on Ire. So they have enhanced damage, range and life. And deal bonus damage to armored units. That's the same. Can they still attack air units? I hope they can. High amount of life at the cost of reduced movement speed. Reduced movement speed. Do I want to take reduced movement speed? I mean, basically, yes, because the stronger units, the even stronger units, they are also slower, like the Colossi and the Immortals and stuff. So they would work perhaps a bit better with these units. I just fear that this, it's not a mutation, this subgroup is a bit micromanagement heavy, because you have to blink around to make use of the ability, whereas here you just get it for free. Yeah, attacks ground and air units for high damage. Yeah, let's take that one. Let's take the Dragoon. Sounds good. So that's that. Solar Core, that's probably going to be the abilities we get from the spear thing, from the ship. But yes, that's all we can do for now. So thanks a lot for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I'm glad things are picking up now. See you next time. Have a great day, and bye.